And one question in the chat. If anybody speaks Spanish, please say so in the chat so you can activate the translation button. We have translation to Spanish is if you want si poquito. Bueno. So if you need, you can have this call translated to Spanish. If not, we can let Makita enjoy the show instead. Perfect. Then we run this in English today. Okay, welcome guys. This is going to be an introduction to what trading is all about. You have been invited into this presentation because somebody want to show you what we are doing, what our platform is. And let's just start by telling you already, we're not here to sell you anything. We are here to tell you something. At the end of this call and this presentation, there's not going to be any question of payment, of you to register and sign up and buy a package or anything. Our project is 100% free. My name is Richard. I'm the founder of the project. I started this together with some of my friends that we saw a need for something. We were missing something ourselves when we started this journey with trading. And then we had this crazy idea to why not make that product and that service that we were missing. And then it just snowballed from being a small funnel online where we did some marketing and brought some friends together in a WhatsApp chat until a full-blown app and back office webpage with several educators, several signal providers, live session in different languages. And now we have already students using our trading school in already 50 different countries in 6 months. It's incredible. But now we're not here to talk about the business behind it. I just want to give you a picture of what we are, who we are, and what you are invited into. So today we're going to talk a little bit about trading and what it is. I still meet people that ask me if trading is something that is invented by Donald Trump. And it's not. Trading has been around for a long time. Actually, it's one of the oldest professions in human history. If you track back our history from early times when we crawled out of our caves and started being civilized, until today, actually trading is one of the things we've always done. And we have always evolved that skill, and we have built technology around it. And actually the whole world around us now, it's built upon the skill of trading. If you look around you in the room, there's actually nothing around you that is not related to trading. My phone, for example, is related to trading because you can trade the stocks that owns the phone. And you can also trade on the values that are in the phone, the gold, the silver, the metals, the batteries. So everything you see around you, don't get anxiety now. It sounds like the Matrix, but it's the reality. Everything around you, it's actually built up of tradable matter. And it evolved from chicken and rice. And that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. This space that we're looking into now with trading have evolved over a long time, thousands of years. We find documentation of organized trading 5,000 years ago. And why am I talking about what happened 5,000 years ago? We want to know what happens today. How can I make money? I know that's why we all are here. Tell me, show me the money, tell me how I can make some money. But if you want to learn this skill, if you want to learn trading, you have to understand the history behind it. You have to understand where it comes from to get a proper grasp of what this is actually about. Because it's not about only buying and selling. It's not only about the charts. We look at the charts, we look at the candlesticks. We're going to go into all of this. I know that for some of you, this sounds Chinese or Greek, but we need to have a full picture. And that's also why we built our platform. So we have educators educating in these different segments of this space. So it will be easier for you to navigate and easier for you to see a good opportunity. So let's get started on the history of this thing. We have to know where it comes from. So we can go back to the beginning when we were trading with our neighbors. I was trading my chicken for somebody else's rice, and somebody was trading the rice they bought from me for spices and maybe clothes somewhere else. That was trading in the beginning. It was about survival because you couldn't dress yourself in bread, or you couldn't stay warm by putting yourself in a bag of rice. You have to change that bag of rice into something that you can dress yourself in, some clothes. If not, everybody would look like a loaf walking around like breads, and that wouldn't work. So for you to stay full in your stomach, safe at night, and warm, you had to trade what you can create. People were working on making their clothes, they were farming chickens, they were baking breads, they were harvesting corn, and then they went to market, and then they gained security from their trading. That's actually what we are doing now. We are building our own future security, our own financial security through learning the skill of trading. But the thing is, you don't need to learn how to make clothes or bake bread or harvest corn anymore. We have evolved in an incredible speed the last 100 years, and we're going to look into that. But remember this. This is the beginning of it all. Silk Road is very, very famous. It started bringing trade around different continents. And we had some crazy people like Columbus, who was filling up ships with stuff that we could trade over in different countries and made trading global. And then we started speculating. And there is a book called The Company that I recommend everybody to read. Actually, it's a very good book called The Company. It is about the establishment of the idea of a company, where instead of me risking everything on a ship from maybe from Africa to South America or from Norway to Denmark, that I would risk everything on one ship. We were several people together putting our values in ships. We spread it out on maybe 4 or 5 ships, and then we were maybe 10 different investor groups that created a company together. So if one boat went down or got hijacked, we still would make money on the other boats. This is what we today in trading call risk management. Instead of you having $100 on your account, putting max lot size on one trade, hoping it will go good, you will split your risk into several positions. So if you lose 1 or 2 trades, you can still be profitable on what actually get to the goal, to the other port, on the other side of the ocean. That was the establishment of the company. That book is incredibly good. And we use these same techniques today, but in a different wrapping. So we're going to look into that later. This have now developed into some kind of a madhouse, from being about survival, selling a chicken for rice, getting something warm to dress when it's cold, putting a roof over your head, to now it's all about the numbers. And that have been some issues on that road. We have the tulip mania that crashed the whole stock market with tulips. Tulips, that's a flower. But the value of the flower was manipulated and pumped to get the most out of it all the way until the whole market collapsed. And we have learned from that and tried to avoid that since we have been very close to a few bubbles. I'm not going to go into politics now, but we are living in a few bubbles right now that is really scary financially. But that doesn't mean that it's not smart to learn how to navigate it. Because the better you understand how the market works, the more safe you are in uncertain times. This name is very interesting. Munhisha Homa. That's a Japanese guy who invented the candlestick. He was trading rice. He was trading rice and he wanted to know at what time should I buy rice and at what time should I sell rice. And he did that in the 1700s, 1600s actually, develop the candlestick. They were actually standing on rooftops with signal flags on which direction these candles should be drawn, and they draw the candles on a chart from rooftop to rooftop to tell about how the market was developing. Is it more rice for sale in this area? Yes, they were flagging. It's a lot of rice. Okay, we wait. We don't sell rice here. Maybe we should buy from them because then it's cheap. And then we wait till they don't have any more rice in that area. And then we go in and sell because then we can make some profit. And this candlestick, that system was so perfect that we still use it today. When you see a trader, he's watching these graphs going up and down. These are the Japanese candlesticks. We're still using them today. That's how perfect that system was. To know when you should enter the market and when you should exit the market. And it tells you about the volume within a certain time. And we have about to launch a new course now, so far in Swedish, that goes more into details with Robert here on these candlestick and how to read them. It's already started being published in our community. So that's a little bit about the story of trading from chicken and rice until where we are today, where global politics, wars, who got the most gold, who can sell the most fighter jets, is actually affecting the market much more than chicken and rice. But the market is still the same. It's what can be moved from A to B and when can you enter that process to be on the profitable side of the table. No matter what you're doing today, you are on one of the side of the tables. If you're not doing any trading at all, I'm sorry to say, but you're already in the losing side of the table because you are in the consumer side. You're in the supermarket, you're buying your bread, you're buying your soda, you're buying the candy and the chocolates. That's the last step of the trading pyramid. You're at the consumer level, the bottom level, already where all the money is lost. Because everybody else above you in that system is making money. If you buy a liter of milk in the supermarket and you drink that liter, it's gone. The money you have spent is then started moving through a system all the way to the owner of that milk brand, who again invested into the stock market. The people in the shop get some money for selling the milk. The farmer, sadly, getting a very little piece of it, should have been given much more. The cow doesn't get anything, just some grass. But the investors of the milk industry get a lot of money. The owner of the milk brand get the money. And this money comes from your pocket. This money is made from you working, paying you with your hours in a 9 to 5, and you're consuming it into your financial market. By buying for electricity, for paying down on the car, your house, for buying new shoes, all this is on the consumer side. The only way to stop losing in this space is to learn the skill on how to navigate to the other side of the table, to the financial side of the table. The people who understand the market understand which side of the chart they should move so they can gain money. I've seen people that are spending a lot of money on their Apple products. I know one of our traders here in the call today is spending a lot of money on Apple products. Hopefully, he's always also trading on the Apple stock. Then he can, in a couple of days, make the money back for a new iPhone. Then the iPhone was free. Even the money came back from Apple if you trade the stock. But if you just stay on the consumer side, you will always be on the losing side of the financial table. And we're all in this financial matrix. There's no escaping it. You can go 100% off grid. And some people do. I actually been dreaming of doing that myself for a long time, going all off grid to get out of that losing side of that table, actually. But that's a different story. Maybe we're going to have some classes on that later. But now we understand a little bit of the story. This is very compressed information. And to get through all the information, we need to bring you through all of this so you understand that we come from a place where we grew our corn and we changed it or traded it in for something else until where we are today, where one word from a president can change the course of a currency on the other side of the world. That's why you need to understand how these work. And I recommend everybody that going into the trading space to dive deeper into this history, understand it better. The more you understand about how it works, the more easy it will be for you to navigate. Today, we are also facing cryptocurrencies, which is going to disturb the whole financial picture. It's going to change everything. And this not new. I myself have been using cryptocurrency for my private economy for more than 10 years. My bank card is only cryptocurrency. So this is also a very important element to understand, because if you don't understand this element, it's going to catch you with a huge surprise very soon, because it's changing everything. In Europe now, they're getting their own digitalized euro. The euro is getting a competitor for USDT, a cryptocurrency euro, which will change very much in Europe. But most people, they don't believe it until it's there, and then they will be surprised. But we don't work with cryptocurrency. We are a trading education company. Of course, you can take what you learn with us and turn that into action and start trading in the crypto space. That's one of the assets that we are trading. I know that Thomas has sent a lot of good Bitcoin trades. So we do trade, but our main focus is actually on currencies and index, and also for gold, commodities. Most of the trades you see will be on gold when you see how the traders are working, because the gold market, it's user friendly. Let's put it that way. So what are we doing? We are buying and selling financial instruments. If our traders see that the gold prices is about to go up, we put a position for buy, and then we join the gold price up, and then we close the trade profitable. If our traders see that the Bitcoin price is about to go down, we put a sell order on Bitcoin, and the further down it goes, the more we earn. That's a big difference, because a lot of people who are introduced to the cryptocurrency space, they are told to buy, hold, wait, and that's it. And hoping for the currency to go up, 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 up. But in trading space, you can make just the same amount of money on the way down as the way up. That's why trading is much smarter than just buying cryptocurrency and hoping for the better. I don't say you shouldn't buy cryptocurrency, but if you do it smart and buy currencies that has a future that's tangible. When you work with trading, it's also flexible time frames. You can choose what type of trading style that fits your life. If you are a short-term trader, day trader, scalper trader, you can trade several positions every day. Maybe your life fits better a long-time trader, then you can do swing trading. They take days, sometimes week. And then you have something called a position trader, it take weeks and months. So we're going to look into that also later in this class, what type of trading style fits you. Leverage, I'm not going to go into so much details about it because you need to experience it. But leverage, it's about one of the things that the broker gives you opportunity for. Because if you go into the market yourself without a broker, which would be very difficult, but you can go into the market with your $100 and you're going to buy gold. Then you just get gold for $100, and then you have to wait for it to go up in price so you can sell it again. But when a broker gives you 1 to 500 as an example in gearing, that $100 can be $5,000 in power, purchase power, and it can go up and down. It means that you don't need for the gold to go up. You can go in and sell gold and make money on the way down. So leverage is the gearing which gives you a stronger purchase power thanks to the system of the broker. So again, be careful with the leverage, the gearing, because it gives you enormous room for win, but at the same time it increases your chance of loss. So that's why one of the most important things I tell everybody who start trading to learn, it is risk management. You're going to hear that a lot. You're going to see that in the signals, and you're going to hear that in the live sessions. Take care of your risk management. It's the most important. Your focus when you start trading should actually not be how can I make money. It should be how can I protect my capital? How can I avoid loss? How can I minimize my loss? If your mindset is on that side of the table, you have the right mindset. If your mindset is how can I make as much money as possible, as fast as possible, the risk is already out the window. You're not thinking with a risk management mind. We have people here that's really good at risk management that can teach you all about it. And we also have Piply. Piply is an AI assistant that will be a guide for you through the learning process. And yeah, you can ask questions, you can send screenshots. It's built on the ChatGPT, so it works exactly like any other AI. You can just ask about it and trading related, and it's trained to be an educator and coach. So use it as much as possible. And if you see that it struggles with something, tell me, because I'm training that lady to become better, and I need to have feedback on how she works so I know how to train her better. As long as we keep training her, she will be better. And our goal is that she will be a full-blown educator that can teach you anything you need to learn trading from anywhere where you start. So why should you choose our community? First of all, it's free. And we do deliver the same amount of services and quality that similar projects take payment for. So that's one reason. You have access to courses, guides, live session with professional traders. I saw earlier today, Thomas was on Zoom trading with the students live. People can ask questions and have a good conversation while they learn. We have a supportive community that you will experience. As soon as you get into the space, you will meet a welcoming crowd of people that are there to help you. If you ask any question in the general chat, there's going to be 100 people there to help you. Our signals are professional. The traders that are providing these signals are trading themselves. So you have good information. And you have a demo start. That's funny that it's called demo start, but you have opportunity to start learning how to access and enter and exit the market with a demo account with one of the most regulated brokers in the world. Yeah, 1,400 pips today with Thomas. Pips, that's the point which a currency movement is measured. If you measure a meter, you measure in centimeters, meters, decimeters. If you measure weight, it's in grams and kilos and tons. I'm weighing more than 0.1 ton. So you can measure everything in different codes. And a movement of trades and the volume of trade is measured in pips. That's why our AI coach, she is called Piply. Another one question that we get from a lot of people is, does this take a lot of time? Yes and no. Our platform is free, but everybody have heard it before, and some of you is actually thinking it right now when I say it's free. Nothing is actually free, and that's 100% correct. Because what you're going to invest here is time and sweat and anxiety and sleepless nights and a lot of discomfort. You will have, you will be up all night watching the graph and feeling that this is not going good. That's the investment here. Mostly it's going to be time. And you have to give yourself the time it takes to learn. Nothing comes for free. Even if it doesn't cost anything, you will have to put in something. And here it's called skin in the game. You have to sacrifice something in your life to learn something new and to gain something more. It's like everything else in life. You will have to put something up to get something. Difference here from a lot of other places is that you don't put money on the table and hope for something to go well. You're putting your time into your own knowledge bank, so you can convert that knowledge into action and harvest money from that action later. And it's a different way of investing. I know we're not used to investing our time, but when you think about it, all of us have 24 hours in a day. We cannot save a few hours from today and put them on tomorrow. It would be nice, actually, if that was possible, but it's not possible. We have to spend the hours we have today very wisely, because every hour you spend today is an investment of your comfort tomorrow. So if you waste your time today, you will have regret later of the time you could have spent that you're never going to get back. You can always make money, but you cannot make time. And that's the biggest and most costly investment you do. So if you start learning trading, you have to be aware of that you're actually investing something much, much, much more valuable than money. You're investing your time. And that's really important to understand. FOMO, this you're going to hear a lot. We talk about it all the time. All of us have it in some levels. It's the fear of missing out. I can feel that every day. I'm working a lot. I'm in a lot of meetings all day, but I have one eye on my phone to see what's happening in the community. And every time I see that Thomas is posting a signal, or somebody is going live, or somebody else is posting a signal, I can feel it deep in my stomach that I am missing out on something. So this helps me fight my FOMO, the fear of missing out. You have to trust there will always be a new opportunity. There's nothing like the one trade that would fix it all, and if you lose it, you're never going to gain it again. It doesn't exist. So put that away instantly and just trust the process. You will get the good opportunities. If you miss one, it doesn't matter. Another one will come and another one will come. And just rest at peace that you will not miss it. In the crypto space, the FOMO is even worse because they use the FOMO to sell people on cryptocurrency project. They tell you like, oh, if you don't get on this train now, you will never get an opportunity like this again, ever. And people are shitting themselves because they think that their life is over because they missed that meme coin. And that is just the cryptocurrency space is taking advantage of this psychological weakness that we all have. Here we're going to do the opposite. We're going to tell you that there's nothing to miss out. You will always have a chance to enter. And here also in our space, there's nothing called that you are late in. You can't get late into our project. There's no position that will put you in a bad position if you start tomorrow instead of starting today. The only thing that you will miss out of, it's the time that we talked about. The sooner you start investing time into your own knowledge bank, the sooner you will get to your goal. That's the one thing that you should have FOMO of, because we are not getting younger, we're all getting older, and the time spent is time lost, and that's my FOMO. That's a FOMO that keeps me up at night. I'm gonna retire when? When can I retire? So when it comes to trading, keep this in mind that you shouldn't have it. You shouldn't be afraid of missing a good trade. Always going to come some good trades. Yeah, everything's 100% free. The broker collaboration is what makes this possible. We're going to get into some of the details with the broker. What makes this possible is that we have a deal with a broker. Everybody's using the same broker, which gives us a lot of benefits. It's much easier to help somebody because they have the same broker as we have. But all brokers and banks have the same system that they make money from. They have these small, almost invisible fees that they charge for every transaction. And that's where we make our money, because the broker is sharing that fee with us. So even though this is free for everybody to use, there's money to be made for us to build it, and it's money to be made for the educators, and it's money to be made for the marketers. But it comes from the pocket of the broker instead of the pocket of the client. And that's really good, a win-win situation. And we also made sure that we have partnered with one of the absolute best brokers in the world, the most regulated broker. So everything is 100% safe. You can trust this broker. And they give us a good deal with the prime verse and all the details. We're gonna shower your guys with opportunities and gifts like this cute little pink package here, with opportunities and tools and platforms. And you're gonna get so much help and so much tools that if you're not succeeding here, it's not because of us or our platform. It's all on you, on how you have invested your time into this platform. Because I've seen several examples of people investing the time correctly on this platform that is doing good very fast. Jenny, you're one of them. You went into this project with the mind of a student and started studying and converted the knowledge bank into action within a few months and started becoming a profitable trader. I'm not sure if you're there that you trust your own strategies yet, but I know that you trade together with our traders and learn a lot from that. So that's really good. We have some of these pitfalls that we all go through. If you go through them, please don't be ashamed. You shouldn't be ashamed of it. You should be honest about it and share it with other. We all do wrong things. We do overexposure. We're trading with more capital than we should. We trade without a plan. We're spontaneous trading. My worst enemy is bedside trading when I'm bored and I can't sleep and I look at my phone and I start trading. It's the most expensive hobby I have. And so I shouldn't have the phone even close to my bed. Using too much leverage and not using stop loss, this one is the biggest of them all. This is the one that have cost all of us most money, and it's also the biggest problem. You will forget to put your stop loss and that price. You're gonna experience it because we all do, and it's not fun. And this one, it depends, but try to avoid weakened positions, like trading that you put on Friday and you're planning to keep it on Monday because the market is closed in the weekend. You should close your trades on a Friday and just have that as a rule. It makes it more easy for you to follow up. So the 3K formula, it's actually 1K and 2Cs. Capital and risk management, make sure that you have a financial buffer. Study risk management. Never risk more than 2% per trade. That's very high risk. Actually should be 0.5. Have a buffer for learning. Make sure that you have a little bit investment in your trading account so you can do the errors. The learning doesn't come from a demo account. You can start with a demo account. It is created for you to learn how the broker work and how to position the trades, but you will not learn trading on a demo account because trading is psychology and emotions, and you cannot connect psychology and emotions to zero capital. It's connected to the real money, but we not tell anybody to risk more than they can lose. But put real money into your broker as soon as possible so you can experience the emotions and the psychological part of the trading, because that's where the learning is. One of our educators say that the person that becomes good at trading with a demo account will lose all the money when they go live. And I do believe that actually. If you train to be good at demo, everything will go sideways as soon as you put money on the table. So don't wait. Make sure that you put small risk and small capital to experience the psychology behind trading. It's 90% of trading is psychology and emotions. So don't take this less seriously, because it's not only about the chart, it's not only about the trading opportunities, it's about your personal development, your mental development, what you need to learn about your emotional control, your own discipline, and having a perspective long term. 1% a day seems very little. If you have $100 and 1%, it's $101 a dollar tomorrow. That's nothing. I'm gonna put an example for you guys so you can show. I need to show this. What 1% a day actually means. If you have a $100 account and you make 1% a day for 5 years, 1% on $100 until tomorrow is $101. It's nothing. Look what happened with $100 in 5 years. That's 1% a day on a $100 account. That's why you need to have a long-term mental picture of what you are doing. Even in a year, 5 years is a very long time. 1 year. It's incredible how much money $100 can become with just 1% a day. See, year 2, boom. Suddenly that's like more than a Norwegian year's salary. Several places in the world, people can live the rest of their life on this. That's 2 years. What happens after 3 years? Boom, you can buy an apartment in Dubai. That's 1% a day. I'm not gonna promise anyone that that's going to be stable growth, 1% every day, but it can be a really good goal that you can trade for a 3-year time with 1% a day, and you will have some days with failures. Maybe you lose 3% one day. It's going to take a week to get back to zero. But that's part of the learning curve. But keep in mind that time here is your friend, and psychology can both be your friend and your enemy. The stronger you work with your psychology, the more easy it will be to stick to that 1% a day discipline. Knowledge, keep putting knowledge into your brain. If you look at your brain as a soup, now I'm going to use some really strange pictures here, but if your brain is a soup and you just keep stirring in the soup and you're tasting it, nothing happened. But if you put a new ingredient into the soup and you keep stirring, the taste will evolve. It will be more complex. The soup will be better. Soon you're going to have a Michelin kitchen soup because you put in more ingredients into your brain. Your brain can only figure out things with the information it already have. So for you to figure out things that you need to know to get further, you need to put in more ingredients into your brain, and that's knowledge. Read books, follow session, learn from people that can understand stuff that you don't know, learn from people with more experience, and grow. Never stop growing. A trader that say that there's nothing more to learn, they're going to be bankrupt very soon. Because a trader will always evolve. One of the educators you're going to meet in our platform have been in the trading space for 30 years. And what he's saying now is that it's so exciting times because it's so much new to learn. He's been in for 30 years and now he seems to see the opportunity of much more to learn. So the knowledge bank, that's your brain. That's an investment account that will reflect in your money account. So the more you invest into that, the bigger your account will get, without a doubt. So keep learning. Plan the trade and then trade your plan. This with the trading plan, we can all be good at better at this. And we're going to work a little bit with this also now further down the road in our platform to help everybody to get a proper trading plan. What should be in your trading plan? Your personal motivation is really good. You should write it down with pen and paper into your book or on a paper and have on the wall next to you. What is your goal? You need to have a reason for doing this. Why are you going to learn trading? Is it just to make money? That's very superficial. Why do you want to make money? Is it because you want a car? Do you have a family? Do you want to quit your job? Do you want to have an early retirement? And then ask again, why? There's like these 7 levels of why that you can go through. Now we're going into some mental training here. Move to Spain. That's one why. Why should you move to Spain, Christian? And then ask yourself these whys. Why do I want to make money? Why do I want to be smarter? Why do I want to retire early? Why do I want to take care of my family? Make this very clear for you. Write them down and go deep into this. Ask yourself why. As many times as you can until you can't ask yourself why anymore. That's when you get to what I call the why that makes you cry. The reason you have inside you that gives you goosebumps and you put a tear in your eye because you get emotional. Then your motivation is connected to your emotions, and nothing can stop a person that has a reason that is connected to their emotion. They are unstoppable. It doesn't matter what you put in front of them, they will just go through it. My coach said that if people understood what passive income was, they would chew themselves through a concrete wall to get it. And that's how strong motivation you need to have. And you can only find that if you find your why and your reason. So all trading plans start with why. Also each position. Why do I enter this position? Why do I think that this is a good trade? Ask these questions all the time. Why? Time commitment. How much time will you dedicate? How much time of PlayStation are you willing to sacrifice a week to start learning trading? How much hours away from your family are you willing to invest? How much time away from your hobby? How much time of sleep are you willing to sacrifice? All of these questions are very important. And find out which market fits you the best. We all have some kind of a favorite. Mine is gold. Gold, Dow Jones, and Bitcoin is my favorites. And risk and capital. Don't focus on how much you need to earn. Make an agreement with yourself on how much am I willing to lose on each position. I'm going to do 3 trades a day and I'm willing to lose 1% on each of them. That's a rule, and stick to it. Entry and exit rules. These are details that you should learn together with our educators. What you should look for in the market before you enter and before you exit. And evaluation and learning. Use the trading journal. We have a program that is called Oracle. It's not Siphon. We have switched the names. It's Oracle, and you do a lot of the journaling for you, so you can check your trading history and your trading development. So this is like the first step of this class. I know I spent a lot of time on this first one, but it's the most important one. I hope it gave some value. We're going to do keep this session going again tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm going to compress 2 days into one. So it's going to be a lot of information.